These two guys dragged a steel pipe out to the open ocean. They wanted to build a country right there. Rudy climbed up and popped the lid open. As seawater slowly filled it up, the pipe stood straight on the seabed. After 2 months of hard work, they built a platform out on the sea. It was only 400 square meters, but it counted as land. Their country was starting to take shape. The next step was finding fresh water. George brought a drilling machine and kept it running day and night. During that time, the Coast Guard passed by. But since it was international waters, they had no authority and had to leave. A few days later, the drill finally hit freshwater. The two men raised their glasses and took a drink. Tasted like freedom. George was so excited he decided to sleep there that night. That night, the moon was bright, the sea stretched far and wide. Then out of nowhere, a heavy storm hit. George's sunshade didn't last more than a few minutes. Luckily, the platform was strong enough, and their little country didn't fall apart. During the storm, George saw a small boat that was about to sink. He saved the person on board. That drifter became the first resident of the island. The island welcomed anyone who loved freedom and independence. A guy with a small mustache showed up. After hearing about the island, he'd lost his citizenship for fleeing the war. He was good at promoting things. Thanks to his work, the island got popular fast. Soon people from all over Europe came. The island became a symbol of free will. They gave it a beautiful name, the Republic of Rose Island. George's ex-girlfriend also heard the news and came to visit him on the island. They'd broken up because George was too idealistic. Because when you live in your little bubble, you forget this world isn't just yours. But to his ex-girlfriend, the island was just a fancy seaside disco. She told George she was getting married. That hit him hard. That night, George announced the official founding of the government. He named the drifter as defense minister and the mustache guy as foreign affairs minister. Everyone got a title. Then he sent an application for nationhood to the United Nations. The Italian government couldn't stay quiet anymore. The minister went on TV and publicly condemned Rose Island. But the condemnation did nothing. Instead, it made Rose Island even more famous. Citizenship applications poured in from all over the world. That totally enraged the Italian government. The minister threatened to blow up the island. His ex-girlfriend heard the news too. She called off her wedding and decided to stand with him to protect the island. Early the next morning, a warship showed up right at their door. George's friends stood in a line holding hands. They had no weapons, just their own bodies. But none of them backed down. A cannon shot blew up their small boat. They held hands again and stepped forward. The commander had no choice but to send soldiers onto the island. The group was dragged onto the ship by force. Then a few loud explosions rang out. The Republic of Rose Island was destroyed. And with it, that spirit of freedom and independence was gone too. It was the only battle Italy ever won. To stop something like this from happening again, the United Nations extended international waters from 6 to 12 nautical miles. Before George passed away, a diver brought him a brick from the seafloor. There was a line carved on it. Italian divers are honored to return a piece of the dream to the one who dreamed it.